Hello everyone, my name is Priyanka. Welcome to the tutorial on Weka. Here we have different tabs like Explorer, Experimenter, Knowledge Flow, Workbench, Simple CLI. We'll be using Explorer in this tutorial. What we do in Experimenter is that we can play with a lot of values, and the knowledge flow also helps us to modify the different algorithms. The workbench and simple CLI can also help us to explore more features using the Weka. So on clicking on Explorer, we will get the pre-processing, classify, clustering, association, all these tabs. So what we do in pre-processing basically is we open a file, we select the path. For example, in this video we will take the German credit file, and now here we have the different attributes, so we can click on each attribute and side by side visualize how the data for each attribute looks like. Also here I can see the missing values, and if I want to go into detail into this, so here I have my database. So I have different attributes like duration, credit history, purpose, credit amount, savings, and the data types are nominal, numeric, nominal. So here my target is the class. So is it going to be a good class or a bad class, and the comparison is going to be based on the class. So let's click on OK and visualize the different attributes that we have. Here the different attributes you can see, and for example, in the class variable I have 700 as good and 300 as bad. So it actually helps us to visualize. What we can do is we can now cluster the data. For this I will choose simple k-means. Let's see how it works using all the training set. So we'll click on start and see. Okay, so now it has created two clusters, and so the out of the 1000 instances, 643 are in the cluster 0 and 357 are in the cluster 1. And other than that, the number of iterations that were taken were 5, and within the cluster the sum of square errors is 5665.997. Now we can do another thing is, what we can do is we can percentage split. Let's see how it works with 50% data. Okay, so that gives us the different values. So now I have just 43% in cluster 0 and 57% in cluster 1. So using clustering, we can easily see how, in which part the data is going, like if I have the full data, which is 1000, so here now I have 643 in cluster 0, 357 in cluster 1, but now with this I have 253 in cluster 0 and 247 in cluster 1, because it's only working on the 500 instances, because I took the 50% percentage split. Let's now work with some classifiers. I will be working with the nearest neighbor classifier. Let's see how it works on the training. So if we look into this data set, what it tells is that I have 1000 instances with 21 different attributes, and if we look closely here, my model is taking the full training set, and it is just taking 0.01 seconds to evaluate, and it is giving me the confusion matrix, as in I have 100% correctly classified instances here, which I am getting here. So all the goods, the 700 goods, are classified as good and 300 are classified as bad. Let's just see how it works when I have a 70. Let's see how it works now. So now I have a different value. I have just 178 correctly classified as A and 40 as B. So this gives us an idea as to how the percentage split is making different differences here. Let's choose another classifier here. Let's work with decision trees. For this I will take J48 decision tree, which is very popular, and let's see how it is working on the training data. So now if we look closely here, I have so the number of leaves I have is 103 and the size of tree is 140. The summary tells us that 855 instances were correctly classified, which brings it to 85.5%, and 145 as incorrectly classified. So this is actually a very good number, and let's see how it behaves with 50%. So now the correctly classified instances have gone down. I am giving less percentage to the training and more to the test, which of course is going to bring down the number. So here we can actually see that. Another thing that we can do with the Weka is that we can visualize. So like here I can actually visualize each attribute, how it is behaving. Here I can increase the jitter and see the different points. I can also change and see how it is behaving with different attributes. For example, I have existing credits. So this way Weka is a very powerful tool which helps us to visualize, and the models really help us to understand how a particular model is behaving. Thank you.